What if your freedom to speak, to think, to live as you wish was taken away from you? Imagine a world devoid of these fundamental liberties. That's where human rights come into play. They are the bedrock of our society, the core principles that underpin our ability to live freely and authentically. They are not just legalities, but the very essence of our humanity, safeguarding our dignity and worth. Every human being should enjoy these rights, and it's our responsibility to ensure this. Advocacy for human rights isn't a choice, it's a necessity. As we journey through the complexities of human existence, we must continually remember that our shared humanity is underpinned by rights that are inherent to us all. These rights aren't just a set of ideals or philosophies, they are the bedrock upon which we build our communities, our societies, our world. Human rights advocacy is a crucial part of preserving this bedrock. Advocates tirelessly work to shine a light on injustices, to amplify the voices of those who are often silenced, and to challenge systems that threaten our shared humanity. They are the watchmen and women standing guard over our collective dignity and freedom. They are champions of justice, defenders of truth, and warriors of compassion. But this isn't a journey for the faint-hearted. Advocacy often means swimming against the tide. It means standing tall in the face of adversity, and often, it means risking personal safety for the greater good. Advocates frequently face resistance, hostility, and even danger, yet they persist because they understand the power of rights and the peril of their absence. The journey of an advocate is one paved with courage and determination. Courage to speak truth to power, to challenge the status quo, to face the unknown. Determination to keep going, even when the road is rocky, even when the odds seem insurmountable. They are driven by a deep-rooted belief in the power of rights, the power of justice, and the power of humanity. In every corner of the world, advocates are fighting for human rights. They are standing up for gender equality, advocating for racial justice, championing the rights of the disabled, the elderly, the marginalized, and the oppressed. They're tirelessly working to ensure that every individual enjoys the rights they are inherently entitled to. Without advocacy, human rights are but mere words on paper. Advocates bring these rights to life. The role of advocates is invaluable, for they are the ones who transform the principles of human rights from mere rhetoric into reality. They breathe life into these rights, ensuring that they are not just acknowledged, but lived and experienced by all. Do you think one person can't make a difference? Think again. In the vast landscape of human rights advocacy, it's easy to feel like a single voice lost in the wilderness. But throughout history, it has often been the power of one voice, one person, that has catalyzed transformative change. Consider the story of Malala Yousafzai. As a young girl in Pakistan, she dared to stand up for the rights of girls to receive an education. Despite the threats she faced, her voice never wavered. Today, she is a Nobel laureate, and her advocacy has shifted global consciousness around girls' education. And then there's the story of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison for his steadfast belief in equality. His voice, though physically confined, echoed across the globe, inspiring millions and ultimately leading to the end of apartheid in South Africa. And let's not forget Rosa Parks, whose simple act of defiance on a bus in Montgomery sparked the civil rights movement in the United States. Her voice, quiet yet resolute, proved that a single act can ignite a revolution. These are just a few examples of the immense power a single voice can wield in the battle for human rights. Each of us has this potential within us. Your voice matters. Your voice can be the catalyst for change. Never underestimate the power of a single voice in the fight for human rights. Now, it's your turn to make a difference. Advocacy for human rights isn't a task reserved for a select few, it's a responsibility we all bear. And it starts with you. Begin by educating yourself. Dive deep into the history of human rights, understand their significance, and learn about the injustices that persist today. Share your knowledge with your friends, family, and community. Use the power of your voice to raise awareness, because the first step to change is understanding the need for it. Support organizations that fight for human rights. They need your help to continue their vital work. Donations, volunteering, or even sharing their message can make a huge impact. Speak out against injustices, whether they're happening in your backyard or across the globe. Your voice can echo across the world, inspiring others to join the fight. Remember, your voice matters. Use it to defend human rights. Subscribe for more because you won't find me later.